It's a brutal era of endless war, providing the chosen tallyman of Nurgle, Epidemius, countless opportunities to spread, observe, and catalog the Plague Lord's myriad glorious diseases.
Hey guys, Michael here. Welcome back to the Epidemius campaign. I feel like those of you who have stuck with me through this campaign up to this point, we're almost up to turn 100. Goodness gracious, time does fly. Anyway, I feel like you guys are probably like the diehards who have been around the longest, who are sticking with me through thick and thin, and I want to let you know I very much appreciate it. And I also just want to take a second here and look at how gorgeous this game is. I think every once in a while it's worthwhile to just stop and kind of appreciate the things that the game does do well. And I must have activated the campaign weather mod for this. Obviously, last episode I turned on the Heraldry mod that I've become such a big fan of. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just gorgeous. I realize this aesthetic, the Nurgle aesthetic in particular, is not going to appeal to everybody, but you cannot deny that they didn't do a really good job here with at least getting, thematically the atmosphere of chaos corruption and Nurgle corruption and, just a sense that this is an absolutely foreboding land up here. Anyway, they did a nice job with it, obviously, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's all irrelevant to the campaign, more or less, though. So what we have done, obviously, we took this up here, the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. This is it was a dark fortress, so we have basically done some serious damage to Valkia. She is starting to come back at us here with multiple armies. It's okay. I think we're fine. We're still a couple of turns away from having to worry about this one, and I think we're a couple of turns, we're 2 turns away probably from having to worry about this one, even if it moves full speed at us. So we just need to clean up the Norskins here and be prepared to start defending. I do want to say, I feel like there was a concern. Oh, I know who it is. It's the dwarfs. It's Malachi. I need to pay attention over here. Oh, he's already in the water. My goodness. Okay. Yeah, so we have to pay attention over here to Malachi. He could be at the Tower of Flies in 2 turns. He could be at Bilious Cliffs probably in 2 turns, maybe 3. We've got Yin over here, but we don't have any armies down here. So he could be at Port of Secrets in probably 2 or 3 turns. So we don't know where he's going to land. I don't think it's of too much value for me to recruit a lord and start recruiting an emergency army if I don't know where he's going to be. So I think I'm going to have to just wait until the last minute until he kind of commits to one of these 3. Presumably it'll be one of those 3 before we start doing anything about that. And we're just going to try to get Yin into the said army as quickly as possible, because obviously Yin can provide a lot of value in battle. So that is certainly going to be a concern. We've got a little bit of money. We don't have tons of it, but we've got enough that we can recruit an emergency army if the time comes. So I'm going to worry about that maybe in 1 more turn. Not quite yet. What it does mean, though, is we won't have time for the replenishment. So we're going to have to fight it with a partially depleted army, but at least we have built the garrison buildings here, and with the garrison mod that we're using, these garrisons are somewhat decent. Okay, so I think the priority then for this episode is going to be dealing with the Norskins right here. So I don't think these will be particularly long battles. We should be able to do more other than just finish these off, but this is step number 1 right here. We're going to take Bilgefoot, who's level 12. He's taken a little bit of damage. I think maybe we reinforce with Bilgefoot and we attack with Pan the Infectious, who I believe should then still have enough movement left. Oh yeah, plenty of movement left to then make a move on Palace of Princes. They're not close enough to reinforce, so we don't have to worry about that, about fighting them both at the same time. So let's go ahead and just move forward here. Let me just double check. Do I have an extra hero floating around? I do not. Okay, I was going to say I could merge 2 of these. I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to go ahead and merge these 2 Plague Bearers of Nurgle. How many turns away from 6 turns? Yeah, I'm going to merge these. And now we're at 19. Now we've got room for this cultist, maybe, if I want to put him into that army. We already have one, but yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and use Pan the Infectious here to launch this attack. Let's go ahead and do it. I don't think there's anything else I need to do ahead of time. Decisive victory. I'm going to fight it. It should be a pretty easy battle, but you all know the routine by now. I really don't like getting in the habit of doing auto-resolves. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Alright. Start deployment. Looks like we're probably... Let me just see where... You're in the middle. You are in the middle. Yeah, okay. I think we can just rotate here. We'll just take all of these fellas... spin them. I don't need to pay too much attention, I don't think, to the terrain, or I should say to fighting in the woods. We'll just go ahead and let them come to us if they want to, and meanwhile we're looking at almost 2 minutes for the reinforcements to come in here. Let's do this. Let's just turn like this. I want the reinforcements to come in because I don't know if they get any. I'm assuming they don't get any experience if the fight's over before they get in. Okay, we've only got a few ranged units. You know what I might do? No, I don't need to. I was going to say I might just pull these guys completely out, but shouldn't need to. Meanwhile, we do have a Blight Boil we can cast here. Might as well try it. They'll probably dodge it, but we'll find out. Did I do that right? Not bad, actually. Well, a little bit slow. I forgot how long that Blight Boil takes to activate. Anyway, nothing real fancy about this. I think we will probably want to get Pan himself down here. And might as well debuff the enemy lord there. We're doing some pretty significant damage to the enemy lord. It's fine. Just as long as we're not taking damage to our most wounded units, we should be fine. They're coming around behind us here. It's okay. broken over there. Here, I'll turn around and hit them as well. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Okay, Pan, did I kill the enemy? Nope, the enemy lord's getting away. He's turning around, never mind. But we shall see about that. He will change his mind again, I think, once we do this. Now over here, everything's fine. Reinforcements, let's just go ahead and bring you guys generally in this direction. Okay, Pan, what? The charging in this game for flying units is just... It's just so bad. The attack animations in general for flying units, they just are so bad. At least he's only... There we go. Alright. How we do it here? Let's just start gagging up. Guess we'll start doing this. Here on them, and some of you on them. Over here. Everybody just try to run them off. Pan, you've actually taken a little bit of damage here. Let's go ahead and get you down on them. Surprised the enemy army is not broken at this point, but it's not going to take more than another second. There we go. I believe this is their second Hello? Hello? Really, guys? Oh, unbreakable, no wonder. Let's see how long that's going to last. There, never mind. I think we got our answer right there. Alright, I think that's good enough. Alright, so the next fight is going to be ever so slightly trickier because we'll have to fight that garrison as well as the army, and that garrison is at full strength. Okay, let's go ahead and take the, well, 1,000? I think we can get away with the campaign movement range reduction here for an extra 1,000 in favor. Because we only need to go that far. Okay, Pigeon Plucker Pendant. We'll worry about that later. Enemy killed in battle. Nurglish Mutant. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Mount Gain to Rotfly. Okay, yeah, that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and press the attack and maybe see if that agent can reach to join Bilgefoot's army. Okay, so first of all, Colorman, you get 10% effect duration. Interesting, okay. Have I gotten you all the way up to Arcane Conduit? I have not. I'm going to keep giving you Fleshy Abundance. I got to remember that I have that. Should have used it in the last battle. Alright, let's go ahead and give you Heroic Killing Blow. And are you mounted? You are on a Chaos Steed. You are no longer going to be on that Chaos Steed. Okay, and then Bilgefoot. Let's go ahead and give you Magical Reserves. Asivar, are you mounted? You are not. That's good. We're going to give you Heroic Killing Blow as well. This Cultist. Are you mounted? You are not. That's good. We're going to give you Foe Seeker. And I think that's it for now, okay? Alright, so quick save, and we're going to march down here. Unless I miscalculated, we can reach. Yes, indeed. That army is beaten up pretty badly, but like I said, that garrison is full strength. Is this going to be a minor settlement battle? Does not look like it. Okay. That's good. I hate those. I like the idea of minor settlement battles. I just think the implementation of them leaves a lot to be desired. I think they're an important part of the game. I would not want them removed completely, but I do wish they could be improved. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring Bilgefoot down, and then also, like I said, we want to see if... How many heroes do we have? Okay, I guess it's Gerhardt over here. Can Gerhardt reach Bilgefoot? Yes, he can.
So many her father's love guides our steps.
just to get him a little bit of extra experience. He can be the backbone of a future army, perhaps. All right, so Pan the Infectious. We probably want to be a little bit cautious with our damaged units here. Let's take a look at the... I don't think we want to turn off Control Large Army. Let's take a look at the terrain here. They do have quite a few Skin Wolves and Norskin Warhounds. I presume Norskin Warhounds get the same... No, maybe they don't. I was going to say, I assume that, you know, monstrous units normally get a debuff fighting in the trees, but possibly the ones that are of small size don't. If you know the answer to that, please feel free to leave a comment. I guess I could be not quite so lazy and just look it up. I don't know if it's considered, if it's monstrous units, in other words, that get the debuff, or if it's large units that get the debuff, or both. All right, let's go ahead and fight it. Find out where our reinforcements are coming in from. All right, so our reinforcements are coming in from directly behind us, which is good. That's just about ideal. What that means is we'll have no problem consolidating our armies. I'm going to get the damaged guys over here and kind of out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and use, instead of relying on the Plague Bears, I'm going to turn this around and use our mortals as our front line, and we'll use the Plague Bears as the back line. So let's just do this. I'm going to actually turn you guys to face backwards because they may try to come around that way, but go ahead and get... What's your name again? Pan the Infectious. Just talked to you and I forgot your name already. Okay. And Collarman and Farmort. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to speed up, let them come towards us. What we really need to do is we need more soul grinders. Every army needs a soul grinder. They're coming towards us anyway. Okay. I do want to be careful here. I'm going to turn these Exalted Plague Bears to face this way because there's probably going to be flankers over here. Let's go ahead and speed up. What do we have over here? 40 seconds. Okay, Pan. Again, I think I may just want to use him on anti-lord duty. He seems to be able to handle his own. And he's about to become a target, a missile unit target. I think that's fine. We'll heal him with Collarman. Okay, so all of you guys can all come up this way. You all... Let's just try to get some of you all like this. So you all can just go towards him. That's fine. Right here, you all for now just take out those Norskin Warhounds. Now back over here, where is the Enemy Lord? Right there he is. Let's go ahead and try to do a very big light boil on top of those Marauder Horsemen. Okay, this should just about do it. One of you actually make sure those Skin Wolves leave the battle, please. Right here, they're actually letting us continue to pepper them with missiles. That's probably bad for them, I mean. Alright, right here. Pan, you need to get out of here. You need to kill him. Go after him. Collarman, where are you at? Oh my goodness. Oh, they got into us over here. Oh, that's That's so annoying. Alright, Collarman, I need you to start doing some healing on Pan the Infectious. Okay. It's kind of embarrassing that I ended up losing a unit, but that's alright. Maybe we won't lose them entirely, I don't know. Alright, I think it should just be a matter of a few last exchanges. Try to get guys up there. Collarman, did you you know what? They might survive, I don't know. You guys anyway can come back. Oh, you've taken quite a lot of damage. I bet you a lot of this damage is from friendly fire. Somewhere there's still fighting going on. There must be an unbreakable unit somewhere. But I don't see it. What's going on? What am I missing? Oh, right there. Yep, unbreakable. That's fine. Okay, now it's going to break. Okay, let's go ahead and get Pan here, and you here, this cultist. Collarman, do you have a... You do not have an overcast. I think those are the two units who need it the most. And we'll speed up, and if we get a chance to, we'll heal Pan the Infectious as well. Wait a minute, why don't I have... Did I just not have enough Winds of Magic, maybe? I was going to say, I definitely took the Overcast of Fleshy Abundance. I just didn't have the Winds of Magic. Alright, well that's going to happen. What about you? Marines and Visitations. Obviously not of any value now. You guys can come back. Alright, let's go ahead and wait until we get 14 Winds of Magic and cast this again on Pan the Infectious. And then I'll call it the end of the fight. Is he done? Nope, he's still healing. 4 more seconds, and there we go. Almost as good as new. Alright, well, we did not lose the Marauder Horsemen of Nurgle, which I was going to say, if we did lose them, that would basically, I would take that as a sign that this is the slot for our Soul Grinder. But we didn't lose them after all. Going to occupy, and I believe this finishes off another province. Forbidden Rod. Enemy killed. Mount gained. I think I will leave him on the chariot. I tend to use the chariots, but not the steeds for our meleeers. Province secured, sure enough. And faction destroyed. Okay, you know, I'm a little curious at this point. I just want to see how Valkia feels about how things are going right now. So if we take a look here, they are Legion of Damnation. No, they are Swords of the Blood God. She doesn't like us too much for some reason. I wonder why that would be.
You will die weeping.
She's
like
not actually that far from wanting peace. While I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and do the quick deals. Okay. Hello. There we go. So non-aggression pact. No, nobody wants to have anything to do with us. I don't understand. I mean, don't they know that Grandfather Nurgle loves them? And yet, they seem resistant. Okay, so we've got Ritualist of Nurgle here. This is for the Cultist. This looks like it's all about increasing our own weapon strength and increasing the battle healing cap. That might be kind of nice. Bask in Filth is a nice passive heal plus weapon damage enabled if enemy unit debilitated within range. I think debilitated just means any kind of a debuff on that, or not any kind, like poison or something like that. Alright, alternatively, well, ambush success chance could be good. So this is more defensive, I guess. The other one's more offensive, and this is more... This one is pretty defensive as well. I'm a big fan of defense. I have a feeling I'm going to take one of the defensive ones, but I'm going to think about it before I do it. I guess I might as well finish off Deadly Onslaught for now. All right. What else do we have here? Far more to you. Now that you're on a chariot, you need the missile resistance. Same thing for Asivar here. And I think... Okay. Increase mobility is the choice for the cultist. Always and always. Alright. Let's go ahead and give you... Order of Chaos as well. Order of Chaos as well. Alright. And then... Increase mobility. Oh, you're the... Scratch that. You are the superfluous cultist in this army. So we're going to give you hard to hit. ×2. Okay. And meanwhile, we've got some serious public order issues, but if a rebellion happens, it's going to happen up there at the Twisted Towers. I'm sorry, the Silvered Tower of Sorcerers. Oh, no. My mistake. This is the Twisted Towers. Okay. Well, we don't have any army up there, so we don't want that rebellion to happen. We're going to use our commandment maybe for the control for now. The Palace of Princes, I think I'd better start building up the defenses here. I'm not sure I can afford the Diseased Grove. We'll come back to that in a moment. Alright, the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. This is a priority. That's really not a priority. This is control, right? Yeah, okay, so we're... Wow. Yeah, it's going to take us a while to get this public order under control. This needs to be done. And... That's not... It's a nice to have for sure. It doesn't have to be a priority. The Howling Citadel. I'm not too worried about building up the garrison right here. It does not need to be a priority. Volcano's Heart is safe. Growth and infections. I'm going to not prioritize that either for the moment. The Forest of Decay, you're safe. You don't really need to be prioritized right now. Forbidden Citadel, I'm not going to worry about. The Cult right now. Black Rock, this is income, construction costs, and growth. Really nice settlement plague right there. That is for 3 more turns. But it is not in a very vulnerable spot, so I'm not going to build the walls building up anymore just yet. And we're back to the Twisted Towers. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to prioritize. I'm going to plan on being able to hold the Palace of Princes. So I'm going to prioritize getting it built up and then getting its defenses in pretty good shape. Forest of the Damned. Okay, so I have not started this next province at all. Do I want to allow a rebellion to happen here? That's the question here. If I pull Epidemius out, put him in channeling stance. No, the rebellion's still not going to happen, is it? With 3 turns left of founding settlement, I think there's a very good chance that we don't we're not going to get a rebellion here. Wait a minute. Why?
It's all for you,
What? What on earth? Oh, I guess I already burned through my movement in the last episode, and I didn't realize it. Okay. All right. That's all well and good. Yeah, I've already moved you as well. Okay. All right. And then Pan the Infectious should get the skill up. I think for now I'm going to continue to make you a little bit tougher in battle because I do want this demonic onslaught. Although it's not a must-have, is it? Still going to do it anyway. Okay. Alrighty. The question now becomes, how are we in terms of being able to defend ourselves from Valkia? We've got 2 armies down here on the front line, an unbeatable army with Epidemius up here. So I don't think Valkia is going to do anything to us attacking from the west, at least until she brings more armies over. It's still the south from the sea. That is my biggest concern. Now, back to the infections. We could probably do here at Bilious Cliffs. If I wanted to do a plague and put it on Malachi. Do I know how strong this army is? Let me... No, I can't. I cannot see how strong that army is, but I think we can count on it being very strong because if I remember correctly, Malachi is considered stronger than we are, despite the fact he's only got a couple of settlements. He might be up to 4 now. Yeah, he's up to 4. Still, this is not his primary army. I would not think. I would assume that Malachi's army right there is his strongest army. So, nothing to sneeze at, I'm sure. Dwarfs are pretty tough, but I'm gonna assume that this is sort of a middling to good army, but not an uber powerful army. So if I created a plague cultist, oh, I must have already done it. Oh no, I just have to. I have to do this. Okay, so we can do attrition. We can do. I could get attrition and melee defense down for that army. That's a possibility. I could do melee attack. I can't do any of those. What about speed reduction? Not really all that impactful on dwarves. Okay, I think the best we're going to be able to do against the dwarves here is probably the attrition. I'm just going to have to take that, and then I could... Oh, wait a minute, no, well... Yeah, no, I do want attrition rather than weapon strength, I think. So we're going to do this. We're going to summon cultist.
Bring suffering to all.
And probably can't reach right away. Nope. But with any luck, we'll be able to run them down next turn, depending on where they go. Okay, I think then hero not moved. Oh yeah, you're the one I never move you. You're kind of keeping things from completely falling to pieces over here. We're not going to get any better than what we're at right now. So we're going to continue to lose 4 every turn unless we stopped collecting income, which I am loath to do. Which means there is likely to be a rebellion here eventually. We'll worry about that in a few turns. Okay. Cult upgrade available. No, I'm not going to do that. We have all 8 of our objectives being tracked. Alright, I think then... I've already done diplomacy. Let's go ahead and do an intern. I should have checked to see if Astrogoth is at war with Malachi. I feel like they are not at war with each other. But whenever you're juggling like 4 different campaigns, you can sometimes lose track of who's at war with who. Okay, here we go. I'm not thrilled to see Malachi himself moving northward, but at least he's a few turns away. Okay, Tower of Flies looks like the... Oh, that's good. I can live with that. He really didn't move all that far. Okay, here we go. Here's Valkia. In fact, here's Valkia herself. We could end up having a confrontation between Valkia and Epidemius. That would suit me just fine. In fact, Epidemius against 4 armies of Valkia would suit me just fine. I'm pretty overconfident right now when it comes to Epidemius's army. Okay, 5 armies is now what I'm looking at. That might be a bit much. Okay, well, is that close enough to attack, I wonder? Probably not. Surely they would not have been that stupid. Alright, I'm liking that. I'm liking that Throg continues to harass Malachi. Makes it more likely that Malachi will not simply use anti-player bias and throw everything they've got at us. Okay, Pestilent Scheme performed. Don't think that's going to be directed at us. Ravenous Tadpoles, that's fine. Army receives Plague, Epidemius. What did we get? Cycle time, casualty. Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, it's not really too terribly relevant to his army right now, but whatever. Okay, and... Gonna take a save. I'm gonna check my time here. Okay, I still have another 20 minutes or so. And it looks like he is not close enough to attack. That's what I expected, but we're now getting +6. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to do an ambush if we can find some place that's better than 25%. Which does not appear to be the case. Well, that's not going to help our cause much. We're not going to get a whole lot accomplished with a 25% ambush chance. And I don't really want to start moving over here. I need to stay in this general area. All right, well, we're going to come out to here. I guess 25% is not 0%, so who knows, maybe there's a chance that will work. But I doubt it. Certainly we could destroy that army if
Leader of the decay cult.
if we do catch them. And it does look okay, I can't see Valkia herself here. There she is, okay. Yeah, we're looking at 5 armies bearing down on Epidemius. I still am not too worried. That would be an interesting battle. Valkia is level 39. Chances are a Cormac there is probably similar. Chaos Warriors, not a big deal, but these Aspiring Champions are quite good. Exalted Bloodletters, yeah, they would definitely... Wrathmongers, okay, yeah, that army would do some damage to us, for sure. I still think we would win in a straight-up 1v1, but I don't think I want to fight that plus 3 other armies or 4 other armies all at the same time.
Corn is my only master.
Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Then down here, you need replenishing. You need replenishing. You're at 20. These Marauder Horsemen definitely need replenishing. Is it better for me? First of all, do we have any Soul Grinders available now? I could start replacing... Ooh, hello. 2 dragons. That's a thought. They're a fun little unit. They're not excessively powerful in my experience, but they're fun. There's the Soul Grinder. We do have a Soul Grinder available. So that's a possibility. I probably don't really need this agent down here anymore. He's explored a bit of Norska, but we need to bring him up here. What's his, whatever his fastest way? Yeah, let's bring him up this way, I suppose. Try to get some visibility on the rest of Valkia's army, or armies, or empire, or whatever. Okay.
It is too far.
All right. I could try... I don't need to stay in channeling stance here. I could try ambush stance down here. And with the vulnerability of the Palace of Princes right now, that might draw some armies down this way. Could be an option. Sorry, I have to rub my eye here. I've got itchy eyes recently. Okay, I think... Yeah, you do need the channeling stance, however. Actually, you need the replenishment more than anything. So I'm still going to leave you in the settlement, but Bilgefoot... Really, really bad ambush chances over here. I'm using the mod by Serb that says terrain matters for ambushes, and very clearly we're seeing that it matters quite a bit, even when I'm hovering over things that look like they ought to be trees, like forest, or the, the Chaos Wasteland version of forest. It's still pretty much awful for ambushes. Well, I'm going to leave him here. No, I'm going to move him up this way, just in case they foolishly... Could he defeat that army on his own? You know what? I need to keep him within reinforcing range of the other army. Okay. That is going to do it for these armies, I believe. You... What was I doing with you? Oh, you're a oh, that's right. I wanted to do a plague over here. Yeah, let's do that. Spread plague.
Destruction shall
Got to get that number up right there. There we go. Up to 4. I'd love to get it up to 5. Speaking of which, we should be able to reach Malachi's army, right? I think so. Yes, we can. Spread plague. This will give us a chance to see what all's in it as well. Okay. There we go. Now... we're up to 5. Definitely prefer that. And let's take a look here. Oh my lord, okay. Yeah, I seriously underestimated this army, didn't I? Holy cow. No wonder Malachi has been so dominant down here. That is insane. 3 flame cannons, organ guns, 6 thunder barges, 4 doom seekers. Every unit here is really good, but the grudge rakers are really good. The trollhammer torpedoes. The only non-elite unit in this entire army are these dwarf warriors. All right, well, that does change things a little bit. That garrison is nowhere near being able to hold off. We're going to have to recruit another army. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's just see. Before I start spending all my money, I just want to go through. I don't want to cancel the building down here for sure. I don't want to cancel any of this, but I don't want to spend any more money on it either. Okay. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing urgent that we have to do. From a building perspective, we're going to take a look at the Tower of Flies. This looks like his most likely destination. We're going to go ahead and recruit another lord here. Do I have any existing lords to pull from? No, we have to recruit from scratch. They're all coming in at level 4, it appears. I want to try to get a lord that we haven't done so far. So, what do we have? Well, one of them, we now have a demon prince. What was he before he was a demon prince? I don't remember. Bilgefoot, Exalted, Great Unclean One. Okay, so actually 2 of them. Whatever it is when you turn him into a demon. I forget now what that act is called. Ascended, I think. Does that seem right? Okay, so here at the Tower of Flies, a Chaos Lord. We definitely don't have one of those. Do they ascend? Heralds of Nurgle, we know they ascend. Chaos Sorcerer Lords, I think they ascend. One of them probably ascends to a Great Unclean One, and the other one ascends to... Well, anyway, I don't know. Okay, let's just do a Chaos Lord here. Scaled Skin I quite like. Let's do it. Ooh. Hello. Melee attack for melee infantry units. Well, I mean, I hate to just keep recruiting more Exalted Plague Bearers all the time, but they're so good, and I do really need to worry about the upcoming battle here. So I think I am going to take Diabolic Splendor here. +5 melee attack for our Exalted Plague Bearers is going to be tough to beat. Okay. I am going to take you off your steed. And looks like I can give you a Pigeon Plucker Pendant. This is not going to be super effective against those Thunder Barges. But I guess it's better than nothing. Ancillaries. There we go, definitely. Sure, why not? Okay.
Yes, I feel the power.
I'm going to give you Route Marcher, and I think we're going to give you... Which one? This one. Armor for Demonic, This is armor and charge bonus. I don't really know that that's that big of a deal, quite frankly. I'm not going to worry about that, actually. Scratch this. We're going to give you Route Marcher, and we're going to give you... I don't have to worry about recruitment cost in this campaign, that's for sure. I'm going to give you upkeep reduction. And then we're going to recruit. We can recruit up to 12 Exalted Plague Bearers, but from a maintenance standpoint, we can't afford it. We know we're going to want a Soul Grinder, but I'm not going to put it into this army yet because I might want to save that Soul Grinder and put it into one of our other 2 armies. We're going to wait 1 turn. We're going to go ahead and get Yin into this army. Yeah, this will be nice. He's got... You know what we can do is we might be able to recruit to get the plague where we can recruit with a higher... Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully I remember to edit that out. I got called away there for a second. Okay, so can we boost our replenishment, or I'm sorry, the health? No, we can't do that with any of these symptoms. It must just be this manifestation that I'm thinking about, which I can't do. Alright, that's alright. It's okay. We will do some recruiting anyway. We're going to go ahead and recruit. We can afford 6 of these without going negative.
Which of you is
And they should be not quite, but they'll be in better shape by the time 2 turns from now, by the time a fight breaks out here. Okay. I don't love having to burn through all of our money doing that, but it happens. It is what it is. Okay, you, like I said, you need to stay there for the replenishment. We're not going to do any more building upgrades. We do have research available. Which one did I just do? Just refreshing my memory about what I was headed towards. Technology research, ravenous tadpoles. Okay. So maybe leadership and melee defense for all of that. Maybe. What about armor melee attack? We're headed towards all of this, which is quite good. Okay, this is fine.
a refined good for decay?
Okay. Definitely 13 turns for him to be fully healed. Well, if we lose him in a battle, I won't cry too much. Okay, I think then we're going to go ahead and do our diplomacy. We'll do another intern. That might be all I have time for then. What does this do now? This is a chance of a plague spreading. Well, let's think about that. We do already have a plague over here. Don't really have to worry about a plague spreading to there, but down here, we don't have a plague here. We don't have... I think I'm going to hold off on that for now. Alright, I don't expect any battles over this end turn, but I'm nevertheless very curious to see what's going to happen. This is probably my #1 concern, though. Hear or not moved. Who did I forget? Not you. I already know I don't move you. You are fine where you're at. Did I already move the agent? Yes, I did. Okay. And I've already spread the plague with both of my plague cultists, so I think we're ready to go ahead and do our intern. Yes. Very nice. Still forgot to check to see if they were at war with each other, but Astrogoth... Oh, no. Maybe that wasn't a city, a settlement of Malachi's. That might have belonged to somebody else. Okay, here we go. I wouldn't mind seeing that fleet turn around. Think maybe you'd be better off using... Well, never mind. I was going to say, using that army to fight against Throg, but obviously you don't need him. Well, you know what? I'll take it. They saw our 6 Exalted Plague Bearers and they turned tail and ran away. It was worth the money, the 1,200 per turn, in favor, I think, as a deterrence force. Here comes Valkia. She hasn't pulled me out of ambush stance yet, at least not that we've seen. Interesting, okay. They are not all going straight towards Epidemius. This is going to work out just fine. If they get close enough that we can start lightning striking them, that suits me just fine. That's a beautiful looking banner there for Valkia. I really like Throg's banner as well. His heraldry there. I don't know, I guess it's kind of simple, but still like it. Okay. Don't care about that. Do care about this. We're up to 8. Our tally of pestilence is up to 8. That's good. Howling Citadel got... Yeah, that doesn't matter. Okay. Port of Secrets. Same one. There's the recruitment health. Okay, it is one of the symptoms. I just didn't bother to look at it because it was not one of them that was available to me. Okay. Alright, we're doing okay here. Wow. This Stravengard Sea Reavers there are certainly aggressive. Declaring war on just about everybody there. Alright, so they did not pull us out of ambush stance. Valkia is...
I will decapitate you!
Look at that. Valkia is close
Silence,
enough to
worm.
attack. 1v1. And we're still going to have 44% movement left. This is... Could not have asked for a better outcome right here. That's why I make those videos and I say things like ambush stance is not just for ambushing. Despite the fact that I grouse about how often the AI cheats and it behaves as if it does know that you're there, even though it's not supposed to be able to see you. It does also do things like this. And here we go. Valkia has just put herself in an extremely vulnerable position. It's going to be an interesting fight. Obviously, we're going to start off the next episode with this because this is going to be a pretty major fight that's going to take a little while. But yeah, that's going to be a nice one. So we have that to look forward to it. excuse me, to look forward to. Down here, I'm a little bit concerned because they look like they might be moving multiple armies down this way, but it's okay. It's all right. We're slowly but surely getting replenished down here, and if need be, we might be able to get Epidemius to come down and take on some of these armies as well. Even if we had to fall back from the Palace of Princes, that wouldn't be the end of the world. So I feel okay about that. And then let's just go ahead and jump back to here. I don't know what to do with this army now because it's costing us almost 2,000 per turn, but it might be necessary just to have a deterrence over here in the east for the time being until we get a sense of how things are going kind of all over the place here. So, all right, I think then I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, but yeah, we're going to have this upcoming, this is going to be the next battle of the campaign coming up. It's not going to be anything like the Archaon one where Epidemius had to go up against like 17 different armies at the same time, but you know what I'm saying. This is obviously a very important battle that's coming up, and who knows, maybe that army will in fact give me more trouble than I think they're going to, but I think we can win that. I think we can win that without losing any units, and I think we can then pull back far enough that we're going to be able to get some replenishment before we have to fight the next batch of armies. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So thanks everybody so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode.